Shore, and today's video we will talk about the request for evidence that the USCIS sent to me. But before that, I'm not an immigration attorney. This video is based on my personal experience and is intended for informational purpose only. So for legal advice specific to your case, please consult a licensed immigration attorney. Okay, so now let's go back. On May 9th, I received this receipt notice from the USCIS through mail, and this receipt notice is about my I-130 and I-485. So on the receipt notice, it's already there. It stated already my A number, or alien number, and my online access code, so I can check it to my USCIS account online. Also, if you watch my previous video on May 5th, I received already a message from the text message from the USCIS that they already received all my documents on April 30th, and then May 5th, they sent a text message, and I already receipt number and just waiting for receipt notice for me able to see if I need a request for evidence, etc., etc. So now back to May 9th. May 9th is May 9th is Friday. Okay, let me just double check. Yes, it's Friday, so I received it in the afternoon, like maybe 3 p.m. from the mailbox. Now, it says first on my receipt note, also I received 3 envelopes. So 2 is the receipt notice from the I-130 and 1 is I-485, and the other envelope is the request for evidence form I-485. So this is how it looks like. This is already a photocopy, but it's in the yellow paper, and the envelope is and the color of the paper was yellow. I think I showed you in my previous video when the moment I received the I notice, my husband is checking. Actually, he's the one who's opening the envelope. All right, so now this request for evidence is for the form I-485. So I will read this to you, my request for evidence, and most likely when I'm doing my research, it's some of the immigrants are also receiving this form, like same format and everything. So it says here why we are writing you. On April 30, 2025, you submitted your form I-485. We are writing to inform you that we need more information from you to make a decision on your case. Please read this letter carefully and follow all the instructions below. So now, what you need to do. So you must provide the following information in order for us to make a final decision on your case. Please include a copy of all pages of this letter with your response. So everything on this paper, so it's total 3 pages. It was bold and underlined that these pages, all these 3 pages, we must photocopy and include all of these pages to our for the response of this RFE. Now, based on the documents submitted, we could not determine that the petitioning sponsor on Form I-864, Affidavit of Support, is qualified. So basically, they are asking an evidence for the I-864, but it's under I-485, so don't be confused. In order to be qualified, to be a qualified sponsor, the petitioning sponsor's Form I-864 must be properly completed and signed, and the supporting documents must establish that the petitioning sponsor's income meets 125% of the federal poverty guideline for the sponsor's household size. See Form I-864P for information on the federal poverty guidelines. I think I already mentioned this to you in my previous video, and I showed how you will check these poverty guidelines. If the petitioning sponsor's income does not meet 125% of the federal poverty guideline for his or her household size, you must obtain a qualifying joint sponsor who demonstrate the ability to support you or submit evidence of assets. See Form I-864 instructions for more information. If you decide to obtain a joint sponsor or a different joint sponsor, you will need to bullet point, submit a completed and signed Form I-864, affidavit of support from the joint sponsor. A valid signature consists of any handwritten mark or sign made by an individual and does not include signatures created by a typewriter, word processor, stamp, autopen, or similar device. All pages must be present and of the latest edition date. Provide the joint sponsor social security number on Form I-864. Provide a complete and correctly calculated household size on Form I-864. Submit a complete copy of the joint sponsor's federal income tax return and all supporting tax documents, W-2s, 1099, Form 2555, and the tax schedules for the most recent tax year. Submit evidence of the joint sponsor status as United States citizen, United States national, or lawful permanent resident. The total income line on IRS Form 1040 is used to determine qualifying income for a sponsor, not the gross receipts line from IRS Schedule C or CEZ. If the petitioning sponsor or the joint sponsor is unable to meet the income requirements, he or she may qualify based on the cash value of his or her significant assets. Assets must equal the stated difference between the sponsor's income and 125% of the federal poverty guideline for the sponsor's household size. So there is an assets then, and next is acceptable evidence of assets, bank statement covering the last 12 months, evidence of ownership, value and asset state of acquired of stocks, bonds, and certificates of deposit, evidence of ownership, value or equity, and dates acquired of the personal property, evidence of ownership, a recent license appraisal or country tax assessment, and any mortgage release or of any real estate and dates acquired. So for further instructions and latest edition of Form I-864, visit the USCIS website and see the specific instructions. So basically, it's all the same like how the petitioner fill out the I-864. But only the difference is just you will click the box option there. It says joint sponsor. Now, when you need to do it, this is for my case, you must submit the request information by August 1, 2025. You must either mail the requested information to the address shown below or scan and upload your response using USCIS online account if applicable. You must submit all the request evidence at one time. If you submit only part of the evidence, we will make a decision based on the evidence that you submit. We will not consider any evidence that is submitted after the due date. And if you do not respond to the request by the date shown above, we will deny your case. So I have until August 1, 2025 to submit this request for evidence. And I can do it online or through mail. Now, if you submit a document in any language other than English, you must provide a copy of the original document in the foreign language and a full translation of the document. The translator must certify that the translation is complete and accurate and that he or she is competent to translate from the foreign language to English. We strongly recommend you keep a copy of all documents that you submit to USCIS in response to this request. So once again, they put it on a bold and underline. Please include a copy of all, caps lock all, pages of this letter with your response. That's how it looks like. And submit your response with requested documents, information, etc. to this address. So on the third page, you will just see this one. This is the one on the third page. So this is the regular mail, and this is the express mail or courier deliveries. And for the third time, it says here, please do not forget to include a copy of all pages of this letter with your response. So basically, it's total 3 pages for my request for evidence. Now, like what I said, we will talk about the request for evidence. So for this request for evidence, it says here, it's very tricky on my part. So let me just have the first history of my case. So my husband and I are seafarer, and well, my husband, since he's always off 6 months from the ship, and his total income was insufficient, and so we did not meet this 125% federal income. So that's the first, what was it? That's the first issue that we had for filing out this I-864. Then after that, my husband, way back February 2025, he filed a jointly tax return, and also requested a W-7. However, the IRS still not responding to our, well, they responded and they said might take a while, the processing time for my W-7. That's why they cannot give the 1040 or for the year 2024. So we are submitting for our case is the most recent tax year is 2023. That's also the second issue. Then the third one is why when we fill out SHAR, why when you fill out this I-864, why you did not fill out the I-864A? It's because we put in our case, according to my research and according to these also instructions, if we have an assets that we think that will cover or that will meet the income requirements, we don't need to ask for joint sponsor or the household member, the I-864. Now, we have, my husband is, for this year, 2025, he is getting a retirement benefits from our employer. Then also we have two actually evidence that like will prove for the that we meet the requirements. And then on our bank statements also we covered the 3 times, because for the assets, for example, 2,000 is missing on your federal poverty guidelines. So for example, I think when the latest is for 2025 is 26,000 plus, and you're missing 2,000 because your petitioner is only, the total income is only 24,000, so you're missing 2,000. So this 2,000 times 3 that you have, that the petitioner has to cover to meet the requirement. So 6,000 must shown in your bank statements. So we have those ones, and it's more than that. But there's a but. We only presented 11-month bank statement. It's because when I had this on April 2025, we went to because it's our bank is from the other states, and we requested for the bank statement. However, it's not 12 months. It's because we created the joint account last year on May, so it's missing 11 months now. So we thought we don't need an I-864, and then we also, anyway, there is also upcoming retirement benefit, and it's confirmed from our HR that he is receiving it this year, etc., etc. So we thought we don't need it. And now here we are on May 9th, we received the mail that we need to have this request for evidence. Now, For this request for evidence, while I'm doing my research and checking some of the cases from the other vloggers, so usually this is very common to get an RFE. First is the I-130, because for the bona fide marriage, some of the people are getting the RFE for that one because cannot support the marital status or their marriage. So I did not see any RFE on my online account. Then next, this is the very common, which is affidavit of support. I've been searching and checking, and it's almost the same letter from the USCIS. It's sending the same letter to the other immigrant. So basically, it looks like the same letter. There's three types of letter. One is the affidavit of support, one is the missing requirements, etc., etc. But this one, I've seen that the same layout, it's same what you say, wordings in the for the other immigrants. So but on my case, so Shar, what are you going to do? Are you going to send another I-864 joint account, joint something, joint sponsor? Or so now on my case, if you watch my previous video, I am doing the I-864A. I know it's not stated on the file. It's not stated because they are asking for a joint sponsor. However, for this joint sponsor, so the difference between the joint sponsor and the I-864A, this is I-864A is the contract between the sponsor and the household member. Joint sponsor is anyone not even related to you, not even related to any sponsor or petitioner. They can be a joint sponsor, and they have to file I-864. Same thing with the petitioner. And then they must meet also, of course, they still must meet the income requirements and then the assets if it's not blah, 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 blah. Now, in my case, my husband and I are living in the same address with with my stepfather-in-law and my mother-in-law. So when I'm checking and I'm doing my research that I should apply the I-864A instead of joint sponsor, since we are using his stepfather-in-law income. And the good thing for this I-864A, the contract between sponsor and the household member, is they can combine the income of the household member and the sponsor. So basically, it will not stand alone. The income, the total income, like what I said, the joint sponsor, they cannot combine the income, his or her income, to the petitioner. But for the household member, they can combine their income to the petitioner. So like my stepfather income and my husband income to meet these 125% federal poverty guidelines. Now, so who are considered as the household member? It's either the spouse, the parent, children 18 years old and above, or any other dependent that your petitioner was listed to their federal income tax return. So for us so this is also very tricky. It's because we are using the stepfather, his stepfather income, and it's not fall under the parents because he's not adopted, and yeah, they were just married with his biological mom. So we tick there other. So please watch my I-864A. I made a video how I filled out my I-864A form. So if you have same case like mine, maybe you just use it, or you can copy. And then so my stepfather-in-law, he cannot be a joint sponsor because his total income was not also enough to meet the federal poverty guidelines. So that's why it's the best option only is to use the I-864A, so we can combine the income of my husband and his income, which after we combine, when we total there and we are good and we exceed the poverty guidelines. Now, so for that case, we have for the I-864A, basically they just need this tax returns, the most recent tax years, which is 2024, which my stepfather-in-law, he provided it to me, and then I also asked for the 3 most recent tax years since he has and filed already. And now also, what else? Don't be for this request for evidence. Usually when I am doing my research, there are some immigrants also showing that they already meet the income requirements and still receiving this RFE. So don't panic if you receive the RFE, which I panicked at first and I don't even know what to do. So just don't panic and try. So let's see, I will make a video again if they will accept this household member or they really want a joint sponsor. Okay, because it's stated on my email, it's stated on the mail that they sent is a joint sponsor, not a household member. And what I'm doing is a household member. So let's see if they will ask another request for evidence or etc. But hopefully they will accept my case and they will accept this household member, because I don't see anything wrong why they will not accept the I-864A. Okay, now how will I send my so sorry, before that, it's a tips, like maybe if you think that your for my case, like the total income was below, it's just very minimal only, and then I just add this asset, just based on my experience, just get a joint sponsor or just get this I-864A if possible. So once again, I-864A must be the one who's contributing the income. They must have the same address with the petitioner. Okay, take note on that one. So for example, you have very less, like $1,000 or $2,000 or even $30. Just get the joint sponsor and I-864A. Just don't push your luck that they will not get or anything, you will not get RFE. Just better to be sure, because like what I said in my previous video, I am not getting I-864A. It's because a lot of paperwork, and then also I can put assets and everything, but unfortunately they still give me an RFE even I provide I meet the federal poverty guidelines. So it's up to you. You guys use your best judgment for this one, because like what I said, others are also over the meet poverty guidelines, but they still get the RFE. But I think it really depends to the immigration officer who was checking your case. So now, how will I send to my application? Well, it's either through mail or online. So at first, At first, I said that I will just send it to mail, because it looks like I am confused how I will respond to this notice and everything, because there is a later on I will show you how to do it online, to respond online. But yeah, so at first I will do it mail, but I did my research again, and they said it's way better, it's it's more convenient if we will upload it online rather than through mail, because there are some instances that they will lose the mail and they have to wait for the mail. The USCIS officers need to wait for the mail unless you will expedite, etc. It's a process, it's a long process. So and like the most common mistake, which is they might lose the package. So at least online, everything is here. You will see the upload and you will see right away. You will there is email that it says that, okay, we request we confirmed your case or something like that, or approval, or we accept your case, something, etc. So much better, because I think I've done it before. I upload evidence when I had this case of my application to extend way back 2020. So I just did it online. So now I changed my mind and I will upload my request for evidence online. Okay, now for this request for evidence online, and then I think it's way easier. I already completed. So today is Monday, May 12. So May 9, Friday, I received the notification, and then the RFE, and May 12 now I will upload, since I already have everything on file with me. So now I am ready, and I will also make a video how I will how you will access this USCIS account, and how you will upload the evidence, and also how I did the online, because there is also an options there for request for evidence. If you are uploading it online, you can only do it 5 files. It's not 5 files, it's not 5 documents. So 5 files in one file must not exceed 12 MB. So you have to use like you have to compress your documents less than 12 MB. So I will show you how I did my request for evidence. So basically, this is already all the papers. If I will do it on mail, this is it. This is all the things. This is all my request for evidence. I know it's too thick, because I also I resubmit the I-864 Affidavit of Support, which is the petitioner for my husband, and I change some, since we are using the my stepfather-in-law income, I changed the form and check the box for the I-864. So please watch my I-864 video, or I-864A. Sorry, I-864A. I showed the video there where I changed my I-864 just to check the box of the I-864A. Now, also, Char, do you still have to resubmit all the documents that you guys already sent? Because on April 30, I sent all my documents through mail, and I have done already these things. And my suggestion, I highly recommend, yes, you have to resubmit whatever you sent to the USCIS from your previous mail. Just submit it again. All right, so that's why it's thick again, and it's huge file, because I have the I-864, whatever is written on my I-864, the letters, the 2024 tax, the difference between the address, etc. So if you will watch my cover letter in I-864, it's still the same. However, I did not add, I just delete the bank statement, because we don't need an asset, because we already over for the poverty guidelines. So I did not include the bank statements. And also, when I'm checking my USCIS online account, it's already scanned they already scanned and uploaded the bank statement of my husband or the petitioner. So I don't think it's necessary for me to put it there. And the rest of the forms I did not see and they did not upload. So once again, might be the mail that I sent, they did not consider the upcoming retirement benefits, etc., etc. So that's the one I will include everything. And then aside from the I-864, I will also attach the I-864A. So that's all about for the request for evidence. And I will show you on my next video how I did my how I did my request for evidence and upload it online. Okay, and yeah, so if you have any questions, comment down below, but don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. I still have, I think, 100 subscribers. So if you think this is helpful, so please subscribe or share to your friends who is also going for immigration purposes. And yeah, there are some of my videos that I was talking in Tagalog. If you please comment down below if you want me to translate it in English, and I will try my best. Well, my English was not that good enough, but maybe you can understand. Maybe. All right. So it's not a perfect English, but I'm doing my best. So no basher, please, if the grammar is wrong. But I'm just here to help you guys because I know how difficult it is. All right. So for now, thank you. Bye.